Arsenal fans, we need to talk about something that nobody saw coming. Lately, our midfield has been under fire. People identifying certain parts of that midfield and saying, you're not good enough. But something happened yesterday that completely changed the conversation. And all I've got to say is, Merino, Merino, you remind me of a second striker. Now you're playing in North London. Look, this guy is unbelievable, Jeff. I want to speak about Mikel Merino. Stick around because I think there's a way this guy can be used that absolutely blows the doors off. Before we get into it though, you know the drill. My name is Jed, and if you could help me out very quickly, just hit like and subscribe on this channel. So let me know your thoughts on Mikel Merino. This is a defensive player. Well, he's played for Spain and he scored 4 goals in 2 games. So let me ask you a quick question, right? I'm guessing a lot of people might say Mikel Merino deserves to start the next game. If you're one of them, let me know. I genuinely want to know, if it was your choice, would you start Mikel Merino in the next game? For me, you just have to. Like I said, people are saying this was a defensive player when he played against Liverpool, but he hasn't been that in such a long time. You score 4 goals in 2 games at international level, and people can say it's a different type of football. I understand. But if a player's coming off of a hat-trick, there's no way you can bring him back and sit him on the bench. Arteta might get grilled, or he might be under fire for playing Mikel Merino in the next game, because again, you're going to get the same people saying, why are you playing 3 CDMs in the midfield? And it's like, this guy is more of a striker than he is a CDM. His attacking awareness is so good. Look at those finishes yesterday, please. And tell me that guy, listen, people might not get this reference. This guy's got a bit of Olivier Giroud about him, and people might say, what are you talking about? They're totally different players. But I look at Merino, and in some weird moments, I see Olivier Giroud. Like I said, let me know if you think he should start. For me, he has to be in that midfield. Who does that mean you drop? I don't know. If I'm being asked right now, what is the midfield 3 I play against Nottingham Forest, I would probably say Declan Rice, Odegaard, and Merino. And then I'd stick Eze on the left, Madueke on the right, and Gyökeres up front. Some people may even drop Martin Odegaard, because it probably is harsh to drop Zubimendi. I think at the minute he's playing better for Spain than he is for Arsenal. Now, again, I'm not saying Zubimendi's been poor. In fact, he's been brilliant. Has he been as good as I imagine Declan Rice to play that number 6 position? Maybe not. Maybe there is some adaptation that's still happening. So for that reason, I probably play Rice. And I'm not dropping Zubimendi going forward. I'm just saying, if a player comes off of a hat-trick, like, they are so confident, you don't want to then come back and sit him on the bench, because he's thinking, right, I've got a goal in me. When Arsenal players or the Arsenal fans are looking at these players and thinking, where's a goal going to come from? There's no way Merino's not thinking, I can be that guy. I just scored 3 goals in Spain against a fairly decent Turkey team. They got some good players. So for me, you 100% play him. Look, there are conversations about Odegaard that a lot of people will have and say, well, play Odegaard. Drop Odegaard and play Mikel Merino in Odegaard's position. Some other people might say, no, play Eze in the middle with Merino and then Declan Rice in behind, or Zubimendi in behind, because Odegaard and Rice are fantastic players, right? But none of us can hide from the fact that they have come under criticism from fans and pundits recently. People moaning about Declan Rice, saying he doesn't get enough goals. People moaning about Odegaard, saying he's not playing the way he was 2 or 3 seasons ago. Would it be harsh to drop those guys? Yes. But if you want to be a winning team, then you have to drop guys. And you don't have to see it like you're dropping them for the foreseeable future. They're never going to be good enough. You always want there to be competition for places. And most Arsenal fans have their favourites. And if one of my favourites get dropped, I'm not going to moan about it, because I'm not looking at these players every day in training, like Mikel Merino, who a lot of people see as a defensive player. I'm not looking at what this guy does in training. This guy could be absolutely banging in the goals. There's a reason Mikel Arteta decided to play him as a striker. He must be seeing something in training that is different to what the other guys have. So a lot of Arsenal fans seeing this as a defensive move, a defensive player. He's not that. Otherwise, he wouldn't be used in that striking position. Odegaard is a conversation I'm happy to have. Again, Odegaard's one of my favourite players. But if Arteta says he's not playing good enough, I want to play Eze in that position. Or if he's not playing good enough, I want to play Nwaneri or Mikel Merino. We are stacked in the middle of that park. Our central midfield, in terms of numbers, is crazy. You got Zubimendi, you got Norgard, you got Rice, you got Merino, you got Eze, you got Nwaneri, you got Odegaard. I can't even count, there's so many. 7 players fighting for those 2 or 3 positions. The competition is difficult. It is hard to get games. So if you're not performing, you probably get 1 or 2 chances. And if your level drops slightly, someone else has that position, then you have to fight for it back. That's what most of the top teams do. Clubs like Real Madrid, they don't look at it and say, do you know what? I would love to go and buy that best midfielder in Europe, but we've already got 3 centre midfield players, so I'm not going to go out there and get him. Of course they don't. They go out and buy him and think, right, he's in the squad now. As the coach, I'm going to be watching you all in training, and whoever performs the best, those are the 2 I'm going to be picking. I don't have favourites as the manager. I'm hoping Arteta has this same mentality. Now, he has been accused over the seasons of having his favourites, of only selecting a certain few, playing them in games when they're not even needed. We've already progressed through to the next round, and still, players like Saliba, Saka, why are they still getting picked? He's not going to be doing that anymore. I would be very shocked with this level of competition that is currently in this squad. I would be shocked if we still continue to cling to the names of the past. Look, me as the most positive Arsenal fan in the world can have my favourites, but I will always back the manager's decision. If he decides one of my favourite players isn't playing good enough and he decides to play a player that I don't think's better, I will 100% back him. Do you know why? Because he sees it in training. He understands the tasks and the responsibilities that he set these players. And some players are pulling it off better than others. And the ones that are not doing it, swap them out. Give other guys a chance. Our squad is deep enough where we can use every single player now. Look how big our squad is. Let's start using it. And there are signs so far that Mikel Arteta is willing to do that. So let me know your thoughts on that. Also, I wanted to speak about a new member of the channel. Thank you so much to The Preacher for joining. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. If you would like to become a member of the channel, there is a join button that you can find. If not, go to the desktop version and you can join that way. So thank you to The Preacher. We've got 5 games until the Premier League returns. We just got up some momentum and then all of a sudden the Premier League was ripped away from us. We've got a difficult game. Like Nottingham Forest, you would usually look at that name and say, do you know what, this is going to be a walk in the park. But this isn't the same Nottingham Forest of a few seasons ago where it is absolutely a cakewalk. They're a good side now. They got some good players. I think their attack is very good, but luckily we've got a very good defence, and I don't think their defence is that strong, so I think there is a weakness there. I think there are players in this Arsenal team. I'm looking at Madueke. I'm looking at Eze, maybe even an Odegaard or a Mikel Merino, and saying you're going to have chances at this game. Victor Gyökeres. He's going to be playing tonight. I hope he gets a goal because I don't want him coming back from international duty stressed, feeling like he's got the weight of the world on him, knowing that he's coming back to an environment where if he doesn't score in the next game, he's going to be criticised, called out by the media. Rival fans are on him. Even our fans are on him. So it's a big game. What makes it more difficult, like I said, it's the early kickoff, 12:30, always unpredictable, but we're at home. So let's just go out there and enjoy it. Massive, massive game. Liverpool have got Burnley. You would imagine that's going to be a comfortable enough win. It is away from home. I'm hoping they slip up. But let's just see what happens. There is a very good game on this weekend with Man City and Man United. Everyone knows my thoughts on Man City before the season started. I touted them as one of the strongest. I thought people were crazy in writing them off because of the players they have, the structure they have, the manager they have, the coaching staff. But so far, they have been terrible. They've not looked like the City of a few seasons ago. They look like the City of last season where they absolutely fell apart. But I don't think that will continue. I think there will come a run of games where City start to look like a serious outfit again. And that could start this weekend. Those are the 2 main teams I'm looking at. Chelsea, Tottenham. I don't see these as teams now that can compete for the title. Before the season, there was a few questions around Chelsea. People maybe putting their name forward as a potential upset. Man United, people saying, look, they got a very good attack now. You never know what could happen. If Mbeumo come in, Cunha comes in, Sesko comes in, they all hit the ground running. Maybe they can go on a bit of an unprecedented run. And they are going on an unprecedented run. They are unprecedentedly bad again. But I love to see it. So let me know your thoughts on everything you've heard in this video. What's your thoughts on Mikel Merino? Does he slot straight back into this Arsenal team in the next game? Or does he have to sit on the bench because we now have better players? Let me know. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go, if you could do me a quick favour, just hit like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.